everyone, Mitch coming in from the Command Core Studio. Welcome to the show. So on today's episode, I've got a good one for you. I'm going to be talking about some budget staples that you should be buying right now for under $4. Let's jump into them. After I remind you that, of course, there's a handy dandy link in the description below. Now let's jump into them. First of all, Flare of Fortitude. This card is an absolute powerhouse that can change the game. An instant for 4 mana in white that says, you may sacrifice a non-token white creature rather than pay the spell's mana cost. On top of that, until end of turn, your life total can't change and permanents you control gain hexproof and indestructible. So this is a potentially free spell, quote unquote, for you. Yes, you have to sacrifice something of value. You know, it's not just a token creature, it is a non-token creature. So you can't just go, oh yeah, I've got a little, I don't know, 0/1 goat or something and go like, okay, that's gone. No, you need to actually sacrifice something. That being said, some creatures actually want to be sacrificed. Again, if you're an aristocrat style deck, you're like, yeah, let's do that anyways. That being said, this is a great way to protect your entire team and yourself again. There are very few cards in Magic that basically say, hey, your life total cannot be touched. You cannot be changed right there when it comes to that. That being said, Hexproof and Indestructible are two of the most powerful keywords out there. Again, like Heroic Intervention is such a heavily played card and incredibly expensive too for a reason. Being able to protect your team from nearly anything essentially is amazing. This basically does that. But again, it is potentially free. Now, at 4 mana, it's still worth the cost, essentially, if you are casting it for 4 mana. Be able to protect yourself and all your things. It's basically like a turn off in a way. It's like, yeah, you know what? Hey, you tried to wrath the board. You tried to swing out and attack me. Not happening. We're just going to say no to that, okay, instead. Or obviously, you can turn it around on your opponents, too, where you cast a board wipe yourself and actually go, you know what? Let me get rid of one of my creatures, and all of a sudden, my creatures are fine. And yours are still gone. It's an amazing card, a great way to protect all your things and yourself, and again, potentially for free. So yeah, pick this one up right now while it's underneath $4. Next up, let's go into a very different card, though, with Nim Death Mantle. This card is one that, in my experience, has never been very budget-friendly when it comes to, you know, the actual cost, but finally dropping down underneath $4 at $3.59. Yeah, it's not going to ever be, you know, underneath $1 where I'm, like, throwing it into most budget decks, but yeah, it is a card that you can reach for just a little bit when it comes to, all right, this is a card that is absolutely amazing that can, well, really turn the game in my favor. An artifact equipment for 2 mana that costs 4 to equip and says, your creature that gets +2/+2 is Intimidate and is a black zombie. Whenever a non-token creature is put in your graveyard from the battlefield, you may pay 4. If you do, return that card to the battlefield, attach Nim Death Mantle to it. This is an incredible card that, well, combos with many things out there. A ham sandwich, basically. It combos with a lot of things. If you're looking for that list, just go to Commander Spellbook, type that in. And essentially, even if you aren't looking to combo with this one again, just being able to go, oh, hey, yeah, non-token creature graveyard, I could pay 4. Sure, let's just do that. It's coming back. You don't even have to combo to get a lot of value out of this. Obviously, that being said, yeah, for a combo synergy card, it is hard to beat this one. Pick it up right now while it's cheap. Okay, let's get the comboing out of our system. Basalt Monolith. Here we go. $3.87 for this gem. 3 mana. Doesn't untap or untap step. Taps for 3. Pay 3. Untap it. Now, you don't have to play this in a combo deck. You don't even have to play it as a combo. That being said, if you are, it's an incredibly effective one. Again, go into Commander Spellbook, type it in, and just see how many things it combos with. Again, a ham sandwich, basically. That being said, again, actually in the very first, I believe it's in my first episode, actually on this channel in Nezahal, I think utilized it, because it is also just a nice burst of mana for you, essentially. If you've got the type of deck, if you've got the type of commander that's like, you know what, I don't necessarily care about like the long-term use of this. I just really want to get, again, maybe my commander out very quickly, very early. Again, with Nezahal, literally, you're just like, oh yeah, even if I do nothing else on turn 1 or turn 2, if I play this turn 3, I'm getting out my commander on turn 4 as long as I hit my land, which is absolutely crazy. So yes, being able to just do that, have a burst of mana, get ahead of your opponents, and again, with a commander like Nezahal just going like, hey, yeah, you're just going to stay in play forever now, and that's all I needed you for. You can also then at some point, you know, pay the 3 mana to get that untapped. But yeah, either comboing or just using it as a burst of mana, it's an incredible card for your deck. Pick it up right now at $3.87. Okay, so this one is quite different than the previous ones I've talked about, and a lot of fun. $3.74 right now for Impervious Great Worm, a 16/16. Yeah, one of the biggest creatures In Commander, okay, again, like there's a lot of asterisks to that though, like, you know, like, okay, like, yeah, obviously like Serial Avatar and like things that like have dependent power, Lord of Extinction, etc. Sure, but at a base power and, you know, toughness level that is just always consistent, 1616 is quite massive. 10 mana in green. It is indestructible, but it does have Convoke. So being able to essentially go, you know what, my creatures can help pay for you. Great. Again, if you've got a go wide strategy, a token strategy, this can be a really fun finisher for you. Just an absolutely massive card that, again, can survive a lot of board wipes, can just swing through on opponents. Again, if you give this trample, it's got to be hitting opponents a ton, or any other kind of evasion. Yeah, your opponents are just going to be shaking in their boots, essentially. If you've got this in a Rogue's Passage in play, they're not going to be having a good time. It is such a fun card. It is such a derpy giant card and a great top-end finisher for you. And again, in a go-wide strategy, in a cheaty strategy as well, when they can like cheat creatures into play. You know, a lot of fun things with this one. Convoke specific decks, obviously, too. Big power decks, big mana decks. There's a lot of decks that can utilize this one. Have fun with it. And Purpose Great Worm, pick it up right now for $3.74. Moving on, Gift of Doom. We've already talked about Indestructible and how powerful it is with 2 cards on this episode, but Gift of Doom, yeah, it takes it to a different kind of a level, a weird and different kind of a card. A $3.83 card that's an aura for 5 mana in black. Enchant creature. Enchant creature is Death Touch, and more importantly, in my opinion, indestructible. Morph, sacrifice other creature. As Gift of Doom's turn face up, you may attach it to a creature. Now, here's the thing about this one. Again, this is a very weird aura. Like, there's like no other cards really like this one for the most part. Like, it is a morph. So you can go, okay, I pay 3 mana, I put it face down, and it's just a 2/2 on the battlefield. And your opponents never expect this. I mean, they expect Willbender. They do not expect this. This is a card that's like, oh yeah, out of nowhere, by the way, yeah, your plan just got foiled. This is a card where it says, hey, you know what's going to happen? Okay, I sacrifice, again, any other creature. Again, it can be a non-token creature. It can be a token creature. It does not matter. Again, a tiny little, let's go back with a goat. Okay, a 0/1 goat. Sure, sorry, goat. I'm sacrificing you. All of a sudden, I flip this over. I attach it to a creature, and out of nowhere, whatever creature I want is indestructible and has Death Touch. That is a massive game-changing play in so many ways. Again, someone's trying to take out your commander, and you're like, yeah, no, let's not have that happen. Flip this over, and all of a sudden, my commander is impervious to things, essentially. Indestructibility, again, is one of the most powerful keywords out there. It's a great way to protect things, and of course, Death Touch is quite nice as well, meaning that basically some cards can punch above their weight, or again, in certain circumstances, you know, just being able to have like, okay, you know, commanders or creatures that can dish out damage however they want. They can ping things. They can ping all the things, essentially. You could turn them into just absolute killing machines. It's absolutely an amazing card. Pick it up right now for $3.83. Moving on to Grave Betrayal. Such a fun enchantment for 7 mana in black. $3.27 right now. Just go pick that up right now. Go check out that card listing in the description because that's a great deal for this one. Whenever a creature you don't control dies, returns to the battlefield under your control with an additional counter on it at the beginning of the next end step. That creature is a black zombie. It shoots other colors and types. This is a card that says, hey, you know what we're going to be doing? I get all the cards. I am going to just say, you know what? I get all of your creatures. They are all mine. If they ever get taken out, I get them, and they become even better, essentially. And again, of course, you get whatever ETBs they have. I mean, eventually you get their LTBs too, but being able to essentially just go, you know what? I am taking the entire board for myself. Again, one board wipe really just turns into, oh, I get all the creatures, Rise the Dark Realm style, basically. Okay, my opponent's not my own, but still. It's an absolutely incredible card that can really turn a game into your favor. Pick it up. Moving on, if you just want to go really over the top with such a fun, absurd, insane card that back in the day was like, they made that? Yeah, they made that. $3.70 right now for Eldrazi Conscriptions. This is really cool art as well on this one. 8 mana in total for an enchant creature aura. Who has ever heard of that? Like, you know, again, 8 mana for an aura. You're like, oh, I thought aura was supposed to be low to the ground. No, this one is really not low to the ground at all, and for a good reason. Enchant creature gets +10/+10 and has Trample and Annihilator 2. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, +10/+10 is already just a lot of fun. Again, just, okay, my creature is now absolutely massive. Okay, Trample, good, because I need to be able to swing through and hit opponents. Great, good for me. Okay, so I've got an absolutely massive creature. Oh, by the way, Annihilator 2. Yeah, my creature is now in Eldrazi, essentially. Again, whenever it's attacking, the defending player sacrifices 2 permanents. This is absolutely devastating. If you've never played against Eldrazi, well, get out there and play some more Magic, okay? That being said, if you haven't, it is absolutely devastating every single turn getting swung at by a creature that has Annihilator, because you just have to go, okay, what am I losing this turn? Oh no, okay, well, if I lose these, it's really messing with my game plan, but if I don't lose these, I'm probably gonna lose the game. Oh no. So like, just being able to essentially, well, just devastate opponents with a card like this, it's absolutely incredible. Obviously it works really well with extra combats as well. I mean, a lot of things do, but yeah, being able to swing multiple times with Annihilator, also with a giant 10/10 plus +10 I should say, and trample, it's an amazingly fun card. Pick it up. Next up, just underneath our $4 threshold, is Glimmer Void, a land that says, beginning of the end step, if you control an artifact, sacrifice Glimmer Void. You can tap to add 1 mana of any color. Yeah, Glimmer Void is such a good card in any kind of a deck that uses artifacts. Like literally, if you just have a deck that has a decent amount of artifacts in it, I would say, you know, again, like a decently focused artifact deck, I would say, or one that makes a good amount of artifacts out there, again, like treasures, etc., 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 it can be absolutely amazing for you. Again, it is an end step sacrifice. So again, like turn 1, you can put down plain artifact or whatnot, and then you can still keep it around, which is great. It's not like you have to have artifacts in play kind of card the exact second that you play it. And again, there are very few lands out there that can tap for 1 mana of any color, especially ones that don't do so with a massive downside to them. Like, I mean, coming into play, tapped, you've got to sacrifice another land or pay for mana for it, or whatever it's going to be, essentially. This is one that essentially says, hey, you know what? You can use it right away. It is yours. You just need to meet one requirement. You need 1 artifact, just 1. If you got that 1 artifact, you are good to go. You are golden. Pick this one up. Next, bonus round. Such a fun, crazy card that is kind of unlike other cards that are... There's other cards that are somewhat similar to it, I guess I would say, but it goes about in a very different and unique and fun way. Sorcery for 3 mana in red. This one's $3.78. It says, until end of turn, whenever a player casts an instant or sorcery spell, the player copies it by choosing targets for the copy. That's absolutely crazy. Now, first of all, do keep in mind this does affect your opponent's spells as well. It's going to be on your turn, so it's probably going to be their instance that they actually utilize. That being said, a little bit of chaos in there. That's kind of fun. Here's the thing, though. This is basically just a way to just double up all of your spells in your turn. And yeah, if you are playing around a card like this, it is absolutely crazy just being able to double up every single thing that you were doing. Rituals give you twice as much mana. Draw spells draw you twice as much. Other copy spells copy even more. Yeah, I mean, the things just keep on going. I mean, extra turn spells double up to everything, just doubles up for you. Essentially, it comes to instant sorceries, and you can do some absolutely bonkers, crazy things. If you're gonna need kind of a spell slinger deck, check this one out, or just like a big mana deck with, you know, some big spells too, where you can just do spell for spell for spell, chain after chain after chain. You can do a lot of crazy things with a card like this. And finally, as this episode ends, I am saying farewell to you, because, yeah, Farewell is a good card to pick up right now as well. $3.66, a staple for a reason. Sorcery is 6 mana in white, choose 1 or more. Exile artifacts, creatures, enchantments, and graveyards. Such a powerful, very, very powerful removal spell. Wrath, I should say. It is a great one because it is completely flexible to whatever you want. Again, if you've got an advantage in any of these categories, essentially, artifacts, creatures, enchantments, graveyards, great. Yeah, don't remove that unless you don't care about graveyards or whatnot. But like, if you've got an absurd amount of creatures in play and your opponents don't, you don't remove them. Just do whatever's most beneficial to you. Again, this resets things in such a clean and great way for you that if you need to get rid of everything, get rid of everything. But if you don't, pick and choose what you want to keep, because you're like, you know what? Actually, I'm really good on artifacts right now. My opponents aren't. So let's get rid of everything else, and I'll keep my artifacts around because I've got an advantage there. Again, this is a one-sided board wipe in a way. It's not, though, but it is because it lets you be flexible. Such a good card. $3.66 right now is a steal. Pick it up. And with that, this episode is coming to a close. Make sure you comment below with your thoughts on this one. And of course, as always, thanks again and have a good one. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all their support.